Welcome to this week's edition of Weekly Outlook, where we make structure our priority. We do not analyze the market the way we feel, but we analyze it the way the structure is presented before us. We act after the market has reacted, but the ultimate is that we anticipate the next move that is to come. That is why, in most cases, we are better prepared. Last week on DXY, I told you that at this point in time, this market cannot fall, that it has to make a corrective structure and drop. I told you guys, this will make a corrective structure to the upside before the drop. That's exactly what you have seen on DXY. Remember the other week, we anticipated that this will be our corrective structure down here. A, B, and C. We anticipated a drop from here, but it consolidated a number of times, and from this level, job report came out and it flipped to the upside. Okay, but when we make the next review, we said we're not expecting a drop from this level to the downside. That rather, what we will expect is a corrective structure and upside to break this top, and that's exactly what you have seen from DXY. Now, what do we expect this week? Now that you have a drop to the downside, what you will see is a corrective structure here that is proportional to this impulse that is here. Then after this corrective structure, you have one more drop here. Okay, so after this one more drop, there is possibility, depends on how the corrective structure shaped up. We could have another move to the upside from here to break this top again. But if we have to take it piece by piece, allow this corrective structure to complete. After that, then let that be break to the downside to break this low. Thereafter, look for your buy opportunity to the upside here. If you also know how to trade this sell, there is nothing wrong in trading the sell. How do you do it? This is an impulse. This is three-wave corrective structure at this level right here. Look for what? A sell opportunity to the downside to break this low. That is the forecast for DXY for this week. And of course, you know that DXY is acting like a compass to other major pairs. Once you're able to get the direction of DXY correctly, you'll be able to get the direction of the other major pairs like Euro dollar, Pound dollar, and AUD USD. All right. So next, USD, Euro USD, guys. So last week I told you that after this drop, that you are going to get a corrective structure, one more downside before the up. Okay, and the whole of the week market was consolidating. That corrective structure I told you is still in the making up till now. You have the break of structure, you have this corrective structure like this. We need this one to break this to the upside, then we drop. So wait for this move to come over here before you look for sell opportunity to the downside. And if you also want to trade the buy to the upside, it's still well and good if you have a good corrective structure here with A, with B, with C. If you have this here, from this level, you can trade this move to the upside. Then this structure will be complete right here. From here, you trade the sell to the downside. Are you getting it now? But if you do not get enough corrective structure here and market open and this keep going up to this level, from here, you're going to look for sell opportunity to the downside. This will be a regular flat after this break of structure. Okay, and why are we looking for sell on the 4 hours time frame here? Because if you check the weekly time frame, you can see that euro dollar is still very much bearish. Look at this bearish candle, guys. Okay, this is why we are still looking for sell opportunity on euro dollar. Now next is AUD USD. The same thing I've showed you on euro dollar. The same thing. You know, last week I told you that you should wait for corrective structure here, let it drop. After the drop, upside. This is exactly what you have seen here, guys. This is what you have seen. AUD USD mirror exactly what we talked about last week. Corrective structure, one more downside, break this low, and then this upside. So what are you expecting this week? corrective structure here upside. Okay, let there have a corrective structure. You can buy this to the upside to break this top, break this top. From here, we'll now be looking for sell opportunity to the downside. Is that okay now? But first and foremost, I want you to be very deliberate in considering the nature of corrective structure that is formed here. If it's formed very cleanly and you can see it, then you look for entry from this level to the upside to break this top, take liquidity, and from here look for sell opportunity to the downside. Because on a weekly time frame, we are still bearish on AUD USD. Look at it here. Nobody will buy this market at this level. Okay, nobody. So we still bearish on AUD USD. That's why we are looking for valid structure on the 4 hours time frame, guys. We are looking for valid structure on which we can base our sell opportunity. And at this point in time, the structure is not balanced. Why? You have the wave A here, wave B here. We need the wave C to break this top. Although it can also keep going down from this level, and that will be a running flat. But I do not prefer it to be like that. Market can decide to be, but what I want is corrective structure here, one more upside. Then from this level, this corrective structure will be proportional to this impulse, and then we can have a drop to the downside here. Is that okay now? Okay. So pound dollar, guys, pound dollar. All right, pound dollar. In this pound dollar, you see there are two scenarios that can play out in this pound dollar. Okay, there are two scenarios that can play out. Right here, it's possible that this is impulse to the upside, and this is possible to be three-wave corrective structure down, and then you will have this to go up, break this top before the fall. Okay, this will now form a regular flat for this drop, and then from this level we'll be having a drop to the downside. Is that okay now? Because if you check the weekly time frame on pound dollar, you will see that we are still bearish. Okay, we are still bearish, and if this scenario does not play out, all right, if this scenario does not play out, and maybe we still want to have one more downside, which I think might not, which means you have this three wave, then you have this move down. So which means that here is an impulse, and here is a 5-wave structure down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is also a corrective structure. Okay, when you watch our course and you watch WXYXZ, you will see that corrective impulse can be 5 waves, and corrective structure can also be 5 waves. It depends on where the 5 waves is formed. If the 5-wave structure is formed within the corridor of corrective structure, then it is not an impulse, even though it is 5 waves, but it is WXYXZ, or what we call 222 and 333 formation. You see it on Elliott wave course, which is what we call market forecasting course. So if this comes down and break this low, then you have the wave A here, you have the wave A here, you have the wave B here, then right here you have wave C to break this top. From here, you have your impulse here, then you have the continuation to the downside in line with weekly time frame bearish momentum. Is that okay now? But what if the market want to start pushing up from that level? That's fantastic. That is also good. It means that what you have is simple. What you have is impulse, correction, impulse, correction, and impulse. And by the time it makes this 5-wave impulse here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that will be the wave C. Okay, this is wave A, this is wave B, and this is wave C. For what? A regular flat to the downside. Can you see? So we are going through different alternative paths that the market can take to get to that destination. But the ultimate destination is the same. We want to get to this destination with C, and then from this wave C, we want to continue to the downside. But of course, you know why I don't usually look for buy setup for this wave C is that I have not taken this low. if this my wave B right here has taken this low here, then I will have gotten liquidity enough to push wave C to the upside. And this sluggish move that you see here, you may not have seen it. So if this happens, this is my second A grade or A plus setup. I will have looked for buy opportunity. Any break of structure on 4 hours, corrective structure, I will buy to achieve this C to the upside. But right here, we are not breaking this level of A here. Okay, this is A, this is B here. We are not breaking this level here. For that reason, I'll just allow this to crawl to break this top. Once it breaks this top, I'll be selling GBPUSD from this level to the downside. I hope we are getting it now. All right, so next is gold, guys. It's gold. Last week, we made mention that this gold is going to make a corrective structure here. Okay, it's going to make a corrective structure to the upside, and from here we expect a drop, but market came and just made just a little push to the upside and drop. So what is the next thing we should expect after this drop? You can see that each time we are cutting our waves and we are forecasting the next move, we usually look at how market structure has developed to take liquidity. Can you see this liquidity existing at this level has been taken out? Okay, since it has been taken out, then this ceases to be an impulse for the upside, but an impulse for the corrective structure, which means this is wave A, this is wave B. We now expect wave C here. All right, wave C can end here and it can end here. Why? If it ends here, then it means a running flat for downside. And then if it ends here by breaking this top, then it becomes an expanding flat for downside, which means right here you have A, B, and C, which is a irregular flat, and then A, B, and C, which is expanding flat, and then you can have an impulse here for C, and you can also have 1, 2, and 3. That will potentially be the end of the corrective structure that will take gold to the upside from this level. All right, and then this move to the upside here, you will see it here. But right now, let's focus on the current move that we are expecting from the market. The current move we are expecting is to see gold push to the upside from this level. All right, since we have taken liquidity here, I don't think we should come to take another liquidity under this low. All we want to see now is to be patient. You have to be patient enough to see a break of structure on 4 hours time frame. What do I mean? Watch it. Okay, if by any reason gold come to take this low again, look for your buy setup. And before you look for a buy setup, let there be break of structure on 4 hours time frame first. After the break of structure on 4 hours time frame, look for corrective structure. Boom. After this corrective structure, this is where you are eligible to start trading gold to the upside. Is that okay now? So this is how to approach it. You will not say because you have taken liquidity from this level and you want to start looking for the upside and you just slam your buy just like that. No, trading is not done like that. You have to wait, guys. You have to wait. Impulse, corrective structure, impulse. Now you have break of structure here. Now you have to wait for what? Corrective structure. Corrective structure right here. From this level, you can start looking for your setup to the upside, which means weekly we can confirm the direction. 4 hours we can see the intentionality of trend or trend intentionality. You will see it. And what is trend intentionality? That is break of structure that you see on the time frame you are working with. Okay, in this case we are working with H4 time frame. Intentionality of trend is characterized by break of structure. If there is no break of structure, market is essentially consolidating. Is that okay now? Now you have break of structure, you have corrective structure. Right here, you can now begin to look for a opportunity to the upside. And potentially, we could break this top. We break this top, so that we have an expanding flat. From this level, we must have to look for a move to the downside. Why? This is not how market moves to the upside, guys. This is how market corrects. This is not how market moves impulsively. This is a correction in the middle of this correction. And this particular one we have here must appear here for completion of structure. Is that okay now? So that's what we are going to be expecting as far as gold is concerned. Now, USD CAD, guys, I told you, I keep sending that note to you that as far as I'm concerned, for USD CAD, we are going to take this liquidity right here. I'm going to take this liquidity available right here, right here. I've been telling you right down here. Can you see right now we have taken the liquidity and then we are not still dropping. All right, we are not dropping. So which means the possibility is there that we'll trade this liquidity again. So we'll have a change of structure. If that is the case, this will be this will be this, and we'll have this to take this top right here for USD CAD to drop. Okay, so if this is going to happen, and we are going to keep pushing up, then you are going to have this on 4 hours time frame. Just watch me do something, guys, on 4 hours time frame. Remember, last week we were here on USD CAD. I told you after this break of structure, I told you expect this corrective structure and what? And a push to the upside. There was slight change of structure. A, 1, 2, and 3. B, this is A. This is B, and then this is C. From here, to have a move to the upside. I send this as I drop this setup in my mentorship group. You can see that right here. Okay, you see Telegram. All right, here you see it. See the mentorship group. You see USD CAD. Right here. Right here, can you see? You see the upside right here. It was forecasted and it did exactly amazingly well the way we projected it to be. Can you see? Go to 15 minutes time frame where I gave the setup. Can you see? See the move to the upside. That is trading. That is real analysis, guys. So you don't want to miss out in all this. I give you the direction and I expect you to capitalize on that direction and make a winning trade. Right now, what are we expecting? Since we are still anticipating that it will keep pushing up, why do we say it will still keep pushing up? This is not how market drops. If it wants to drop, it's going to make a powerful V shape. What do I mean by a V shape? See, as it comes here, it will come right down here. This is a V shape, taking everything here. So from here, we'll now look for corrective structure and sell. That is how market reverse. Not like this. So what we're expecting here is this. After this, with A, corrective structure, with B, and then with C. When we get to this level, guys, we'll look for trend to the upside on 15 minutes time frame, guys. Look for trend to the upside. Look for it from here. This is the impulse. This is the corrective structure. From this time, you have this corrective structure here. Buy it to the upside, guys. It's as simple as this, guys. Buy it to the upside. Can you see? This is how you are going to approach USD CAD this week. Now, next is USD JPY. You remember, I told you USD JPY last week. I told you we were here. Okay, we were here. What did I tell you on USD JPY? I said this is with A, with B, that if wave C had come here, we would have bought it to the upside. But now what we can see is simple. I made it very clear to you that what you will expect is that after this break of structure, you have A, you have B, and then you have B this way. Okay, this is A down, 3 wave of B, and this C come to take this low. It must take this low. And can you see, after C has taken the low, told you that you should have a move to the upside. Can you see that move? Move to the upside. Go to last week forecast, guys. You will see everything I said on USD JPY, and you see what has happened. So what's the next thing to look forward to in this week forecast for USD JPY? Now you have a very clear structure, very clear and identifiable structure. Right here you have break of structure. After this break of structure, you have wave A, wave B sluggish, wave A is sharp, wave B is sluggish, wave C is sharp. And this wave C has taken the liquidity of wave A. This is a clear case of expanding flat, guys. After the impulse, this is the expanding flat. From this level, you want to look for trend to the upside. Okay, are you able to see your trend? Yes, you see it here. Okay, right now we have not made any entry because we only have impulse. So if this is the corrective structure here, this corrective structure is for this little impulse, then this little impulse must come down here. All right, so if it comes down here, what do you now have? You have wave A here, we have wave B here in form of 3 waves in the middle, and then right here we look for wave C to the upside. Now start looking for buy opportunity right here. Why right here? Because this is our impulse and we are not supposed to break the level of the impulse. That is the rule of wave analysis. And then why do we need to start looking for buy opportunity at the end of this C? Why? Why? Remember, this is A, this is big A, this is small b, and small c. Okay? And this is the big A, and then this is the big B, and then this is the big C. But that is if you want to look at it in form of corrective structure. But if you want to look at it in forms of continuation move to the upside, this will be wave 1, will be wave 2, and then we'll have wave 3 somewhere here. But at this point in time, wave 2 is coming in form of what? A regular flat, which we have a regular flat in the middle. That is a regular flat inside a regular flat. Then you now have a move to the downside. So from this level, I want to look for buy opportunity for USD JPY to the upside. Okay, you have to be patient for your structure to form. Let it be well formed before you take action. Okay, so BTC guy, I told you on the weekly time frame, BTC will be heading down, and right now we are still bearish for BTC. We are still bearish because the structure that it forms around this level, okay, the structure it forms here, the daily correction it forms here is massive. Okay, and after this massive structure, you don't expect that it will move down without breaking any structure. Okay, you have the 3 waves here, 3 waves down, and then you have the move to the upside. This is a regular flat for a move to the downside. So what we want here is a correction on the 4 hours time frame, which I told you last week. So you have the 3 wave up, you can have this, and then you have 3 waves up here. This will be enough. Okay, this will be enough as with A here, with B here, with C here. Okay, and this wave C here can also decide to make a 5-wave structure. Okay, then after you have it this way, you look for sell opportunity to the downside. It might not even make a deeper corrective structure like this, but the deeper it makes the corrective structure, the better for our sell to the downside, because you see why I am cutting this corrective structure to this size is because of this massive drop to the downside. I want a situation where this massive drop has a corrective structure that is corresponding to it. I don't want to have a big structure like this and have corrective structure like this, and I'll be happy to sell. No, if I sell this one like this break to the downside is a part of this corrective structure. Okay, it's a part of this impulse rather. And then after taking this liquidity, you now have the proper correction for me before the drop. I hope you are getting the logic now. So that is why whenever there is impulse, okay, we want the corrective structure to be proportional to that impulse before we sell in this case. But if you have impulse like this, and then you are having this corrective structure like this, you cannot tell me with all sincerity that this corrective structure is proportional to this impulse. So if it happens like this, and you are having this break to the downside, we are going to take the impulse from this level to this level. And then after taking this liquidity, we will now have corrective structure before the drop. I hope we are getting the logic now. That's exactly what we are expecting for BTC. If BTC, make this little corrective structure and drop, I will still expect it to move up. Okay, take this top before we drop again. But if it doesn't want to go through this route, then we can have 3 wave up, 3 wave down, and 3 or 5 wave up. This is enough corrective structure to what? To look for sell opportunity to the downside. So US tech guys, US tech, last week I told you keep looking for corrective structure for more buy. Okay, last week you had that corrective structure on Wednesday. Okay, on Wednesday you had this corrective structure. Look at it right here. You have the breakup structure A, B, and C. This was your corrective structure that formed on that day for this move to the upside. Can you see? Capitalize on it. And now you have a move down. Don't panic, guy. Don't think this is reversal. This is never a V-shape, guy. Reversal is very simple. When it comes to it, you have a V shape, very sharp move up, sharp move down. This never happened like that. So which means that this move down is a part of corrective structure with A, and you have A, B, and C. So if this is B here, if this is B here, this is with B here, you will have with C to come down to break this low. Once it comes down, break that low from this level, we'll look for what? Buy opportunity to the upside. To what? To break this top. Is that okay now? This is what we are expecting for US tech, which we call NAS 100. And I believe you are getting some of our forecasts and you are making use of it. Shortly, I'm going to give you how I approach my entry. Okay, I've given you some of the videos on that. If you watch it, you'll have some idea, but I'll still give you idea about how you can, optimize your forecasting knowledge and making the best entry out of it. I'm going to teach you how to do that step by step, stage by stage, so that you will not be an expert in forecasting market and not knowing how to make entry from the market. No matter how good you are in market forecasting, if you don't know, if you don't have appropriate methodology to make your entry neat and tidy up your trade, you will still not make anything from the market. I want this channel to be a total package, and I'm going to do everything humanly possible to ensure that you get the maximum benefit you want for your trading. Is that okay now? So see you next week, guys, and stay safe. Bye-bye.